Good morning. Welcome back to Margot and me. This is the beginning of day 40, which is kind of, sort of, the halfway point of the trip. 40 out of 81, not quite half, but close enough. Well, am I going the right way? Yep. I am going to take what's called the Western Brook Pond tour. Back in there somewhere, there's an old, right there. There was an old fjord that was connected to the ocean, the way I understand it. I guess that's what a fjord is. And for some reason or another, I don't understand enough, I'm sure I'm going to learn, that became closed to the ocean and is now a closed off pond. Apparently, if you're in Grossmore National Park, it's a must-do to get on this boat, and they take you around and explain all of the history of it and the geology and geography, all that kind of stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. They take you right up to the cliffs that used to be formed along the edge of the ocean that are now on this pond. So this is the start of day 40. It was like a 26-kilometer ride here from Rocky Harbor. After this, I've got another 30 kilometers only to get to Cow Head, where I'll spend the night. The landscape is becoming more and more sparse. Even in those 20-some kilometers I drove north, it's becoming much more, looking like we're getting out of the area that can support large trees. The way the earth is here. So it's looking more and more sparse, rugged, alone, bare earth up against the ocean. Really pretty views along the way up here. You'll see some of these on the video, or you're seeing them now, over top of my voice maybe. Depends how I edit it. Anyway, that's the beginning of day 40. Looking forward to checking in at the end. Talk to you later. Okay, I'm back on dry land. Oh, I'm gonna miss that place behind me. That was pretty special. 2 hours on the water to the end of the pond and back. By the way, they call lakes, some lake, I don't know if all lakes, but this is more of a lake than anything, and apparently they're telling us that lakes are called ponds here in Newfoundland. So it's the Western Brook Pond. It's 10 miles long. For my younger viewers, that's 16 kilometers. So it was an out and back, 16 kilometers there, 10 miles back, or the other way around. And it's stunning. If I'm anticipating how I'm editing this, you're probably already seeing some of the footage over top of my voice here. Probably gonna post it over top of this. But I don't know, I'm already trying to think, how am I going to edit that footage? It was 2 hours. I could just let the video run for 2 hours. It was stunning. And like all photos and videos of anything stunning, it's not going to do it justice. You really got to be here and see that. We were sailing alongside these cliffs that are, I think the highest one he said is 2,200 feet. 700 meters anyway, taller than the CN Tower. Just a sheer rock cliff straight up out of the water. More than one of them. The whole pond was that. Big waterfalls coming down. Well, I shouldn't say big waterfalls, you'll see a couple of them. But they're just coming down from so high up. It's incredible. The one right at the end of the pond, they kind of apologized ahead of time and said, we didn't name it, but this waterfall, so don't blame us, this waterfall is called the Pissing Mare Waterfall. So when we do tours of grade 5 and 6 students, it's a lot of fun to hear their reactions. Yeah, but incredible. It just felt like a really, really ancient place. Like I know the earth, wherever you go, the earth is the same age, but some of this stuff, it just looks like, oh, ancient place. some mystery behind it, and how it was formed, and the glaciers that retreated and left the cliffs behind but gouged out these long fjords. Simply stunning. It kind of looks like a place where they could have filmed like Lord of the Rings or some old magical story like that. Really fascinating. If you're in Newfoundland, this is a must do. 2 hours well worth it, and well worth every cent you'll pay on the ticket. Just super fascinating place. Great guides on the boat who interpreted a lot of things for us, and I really enjoyed it. Anyway, it's a 2-kilometer walk back to the parking lot, so I'm doing that now. I'm gonna get on the bike. It's supposed to be, well, it already is, pretty windy on this little short ride, less than 30 kilometers to Cowhead, where I'll spend tonight. There's a show there tonight, local music. So we'll see if I choose to take that in or not. It's a short little ride, and then tomorrow another little short one, less than 200 kilometers. Port-au-Choix, with a couple of little side trips to some lighthouses and rocky cliffs to see along the way. So tonight, Cowhead, tomorrow night, Port-au-Choix. The night after, we'll be up close to St. Anthony, a little bed and breakfast off of Hay Cove, which is right next door to the park, National Park of Lanceau Meadows, where Leif Erikson and all the Vikings landed centuries ago. So looking forward to that this weekend and touring that. Anyway, that's it for me for today. Talk to y'all later.
Also here coming up on our left, we will see these cracks that we pointed out to you earlier to help you find the Tin Man. Well, now that we're a bit closer, we can get a better look inside of these cracks. Inside these are prominent examples of diabase dikes. They look like rungs of a ladder or hooks stacked on their sides, and they extend all the way up the cliffs as well as below the water. These dikes were formed during the breakup of the ancient supercontinent 600 million years ago. Since diabase is a form of volcanic rock, as the Earth's crust stretched and rifted, molten rock intruded into these cracks and acted as natural knocking compound.